Okay, in this video, I'm going to make my MEP model a central model. So now this applies if you're working on a local server and you want to make the model a central model, which it's also called work sharing. We're going to work share this model so that multiple people can access this model at the same time. Now, this doesn't apply to you if you're a one-person outfit, or if you're only going to have one person working in the model at a time, or if you are going to be hosting your model on ACC. So if you're not going to work share this model, you're just going to work on it locally, skip this video. You don't have to do anything. You can just go into this model again through Revit. You could just open this. So just skip to the next video. And if you're going to be cloud hosting, check out the video on how to cloud host. This is for work sharing the central model on a local server. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this model from Revit. I'll open, and we're already nearly there. So single click this model, and note that under work sharing, it says detach from central or create in the local. Those are grayed out because this is not at the moment a work shared model. It's a standalone model. So I'm going to hit open. I'm going to come up to the collaborate tab. I'm going to say collaborate. And I want to choose within your network. This in the cloud, that means to put it up on ACC. So if you were to put it up on ACC, you would click this button. But for this one, we're saying within our network, and we're going to say OK. OK, it's work shared it. And just a quick note. So by default, it creates the two work sets, shared levels and grids, and work set 1. So this template, the RevX template, doesn't use work sets for anything. It doesn't use it for visibility. We don't create work sets called MEP plumbing, ductwork, whatever. We don't use that. We don't think it's a good use of the work set system. We think it's a way of kind of cheating. So for all of our visibility settings are controlled by filters and visibility graphics settings. This enables you to use the model, the template model, just fine without having to work share it. You can use it as standalone. If you're a single person operation or just one person in the model at a time, keeps things light. Just keep it in work set 1 and you don't ever have to think about work sets. Unless, of course, you've got such a big model that you need to use them to control model size. That's a different entity altogether. If you need to do that, of course, go ahead and do it. But generally speaking, for 99% of projects, you're not going to need to use any work sets. So just keep it on work set 1. And visibility stuff will just work. And of course, we'll talk more about filters and settings later. So we've work shared the model, and we now need to save it because we are now in a central model. And you never want to be in a central model. You want to be in a local model that is attached to the central model. So we need to save this because we work shared it, but we didn't actually save it. So do save as project. Make sure the project is selected, and you don't need to do this, but go into options and it says make this a central model after save. That's checked. It's grayed out because you have no options to change it. So that is fine. Hit OK and hit save. So now we're in the central model, which is now saved, and we don't want to be in the central model. So we close it. And then we open it, single select, never double click a Revit model icon anywhere, even from Revit. Don't double click this, right? So we single select the model that we want to enter into, and we look down here at the work sharing options, and we've got create new local is checked, which is what we want. So we hit open, and you may get this. You'll get this if you've already got a local model. If you've already got a local copy, you can say overwrite existing copy, unless you've had a crash of some sort and you want to perhaps recover in a local, which is a whole thing. But since that's not the situation, I'm going to say yes, it's fine to overwrite my existing copy. There's an existing copy because this is not the first time I've made this video. Now I'm in a local copy of my model, and I can tell that I'm in a local copy because it is appended my username, here's my username up here, to the central model file name. So I'm actually in a file that's somewhere else. Well, you might ask, where is it? So it is in, let's see, is it this button? Yeah, so File, Options, and then come down here to File Locations. So default path for user files. This is where I will find my local copy. So if I come here, paste that in here, you can see my local model right here. This is the actual model that I'm in, and it has a link to the central model, which is here. And every time that I sync with central, it will push any changes I've made up to my central model. So if I just hit save here, all that's doing is it is saving this model on my C drive or wherever. It's not even my name. I don't know why my computer thinks my last name is Donison, but it does. Sorry, Tyler Donison, wherever you are. Anyway, so if you just hit save in here, it saves this. It doesn't save this, the central model. This is important to understand. Plenty of reasons why you might want to just save to your local and not at that moment push the changes to the central. You might be on a VPN, it might be slow, other reasons. But when you are ready to synchronize with central, to push your changes up to the central model and get any changes that may have occurred to the central model since you last synchronized with central, you come up to this button and you say synchronize now. What it does is it saves your model and then it pushes up to the central model, and then it saves any changes that have made to the central model down to your local copy, and then it saves it again. So it does a few things. It didn't really show anything because there wasn't anything to do because no changes have been made. So that was very quick. But that is how that goes, and we have now synced with central. So if there's nothing funky going on, if I'm not on a slow connection, if I'm not worrying about a VPN or anything like that, I just always sync with central. It just takes a little bit of time. It's a good opportunity to take a break, take a drink of water, and then get back to it. Okay, that is how to create a central model for your project model. And now we'll get into actually the fun stuff of setting up everything in the model.